Welcome to the Talking Trash podcast. You are speaking with Lucy from Need a Skip Now, and today we're going to talk about a massive price increase from 1st of July 2021, which will affect absolutely each and every one of us in the industry in Melbourne, Victoria. It's not something we can celebrate, but it's something that's about to happen and we have absolutely no control about it. So therefore, it's best to be as informed as we possibly can and prepare for this as much as we possibly can. And that's why today's podcast. Now, as a special gift to our listeners who are listening today to this podcast, at the end of this presentation, I will reveal a special coupon code which can be used before 30th of June to dispose of your waste. So here's your incentive to stick with me and listen to the podcast. And we will start with saying once again, prices for waste disposal will increase from 1st of July 2021. Why is this happening? Well, from 1st of July, the state government of Victoria will increase the Victorian municipal industrial landfill levy. Now, that usually happens every year. However, it did not affect us so much last year in 2020 because we were going through a pandemic and our small businesses and all businesses in Victoria were already severely affected by extended lockdowns. Therefore, EPA decided to pause with the introduction of this levy increase. Well, it's about to happen to us now, and we're only 3 weeks away from it. Now, why are we required to pay this levy? Well, waste collection services such as ours, a skip bin hire company, are required to pay the levy when they deposit waste from businesses and households into the landfill. So that's basically the law that we have to comply with. Based on these new levies, businesses should expect the cost of their waste disposal to increase and to increase quite significantly. Now, in fact, from 1st of July, we will see a 61% increase to the levy compared to what it is now. And from 1st of July 2022, a further increase of 19%. Now, this data is from official EPA website, and that's something that they already communicating to us. And when our customers ask us, what is the purpose of this levy? Why is it there in the first place? And in the words of EPA, to answer this question, this levy is to provide additional and ongoing funding to support efforts by government, industry, and community to reduce waste. Landfill levies create an incentive for waste generators, which is all of us, to investigate ways to reduce the amount of waste they generate and dispose to landfills. So, in other words, the levy is to discourage us to produce waste. All right. Well, that will take some time because we need to come up with new ways of dealing with waste. Now, interestingly enough, not only commercial construction and landscapers and builders who are ordering bins from us, not only they will be impacted by this increase, but we are all, as residents of Melbourne, Victoria-wide, will see the increase of our rubbish production and disposal. Now, even our residential bins, our green and yellow and red bins, which are currently being collected by councils, will have a massive increase in cost. Now, These costs by councils will be passed on to us as residents in a form of increased rates. That's for those of us who are ratepayers, own the properties. So the rubbish disposal costs will impact not only the industry, not only the builders and everyone else, but it will impact absolutely every resident who pays rates. Now, in addition to that, Victorian councils must start rolling out glass collection bins. So that's proposed to be a new bin in addition to our existing 3 bins as part of the 10-year Recycle Victoria strategy. And the cost of providing those bins to us will also be reflected in the increased rates that we pay for our rubbish disposal. So, how are we going to be impacted exactly? And how can we prepare for the 1st of July waste disposal increase? All right, let's go step by step. First of all, first and foremost, from us as a skip bin hire company who also operates waste transfer station, we can tell you with confidence that the cost of bins for recyclable materials will always be cheaper than the cost of bins for mixed waste. When we talk about recycling materials, we are talking about untreated timber, concrete, bricks, soil, and we're talking about clean soil, not contaminated soil, and of course metal. It will most of the time be cheaper when you disposing of the materials individually, if it's possible. It all depends on your project. It all depends on the space at your project site. And obviously, if we're collecting a concrete bin, we spend less time separating it and cleaning it before taking it to concrete processing facility, and therefore we are able to pass on the discount for concrete bins to our customers. However, as a contrary to that, if we take a bin which is a mixture of general waste and concrete and bricks and timber, and we have to separate each and every material from one another and achieve clean materials, then of course the labor costs associated with separation and associated transportation, of course, will be reflected in a bin price. Therefore, if you have an opportunity to separate waste at your site, do it. For example, even if you can't have space for a separately concrete, for separately timber, we totally understand. However, if you even combine a few recyclables together instead of mixing them with general waste, you will already see savings. For example, if you combine concrete with bricks, it will already be cheaper than combining concrete and bricks and general waste. So for any questions, you can always give us a call on 1300 605 624, and we will talk you through various bins and how you can save money by trying to separate your recyclables from general waste, because at the end of the day it's general waste that ends up in a landfill. General waste are materials which can no longer be recycled, and that is what this levy is trying to discourage us from, to produce and take those materials to landfill. So hence we're trying to separate recyclables from non-recyclables to save money for us and obviously for our customers. Now, general waste, as we already discussed, will see a major increase. That will be the most increased price of the general waste, which also refers to all the mixed waste bins. Whenever you throw everything together, you will see the most expensive bins. The question then arises, if I'm a builder or I'm a tradie, well, maybe I should just take my trailer to the tip and not deal with all of these price increases. Well, the unfortunate, sad reality is that even if when we take trailers to the tip, we will be met with the same levy increases. In fact, for customers who are not waste transfer customers like us, who take trucks to the tip, if you come with a trailer, you already paying a higher disposal rate than we are paying. Plus, you will be paying an additional 61% increase in levy, EPA levy. Please don't forget the time that took you to load your trailer, travel to the tip, wait in a line, in a queue to tip. Some tips require you to place items, various waste in various bays. And once you've done that, you will also have to then drive back, and not only that, but be exposed to highly unpleasant odors and not very friendly stuff at landfill. So that is why most of our customers prefer to order bins versus loading their own trailers, because the time that they spend and the higher rate that they pay will simply not justify dealing with trailers in this instance. Now, another sort of area to consider during lockdowns, like right now, we in Melbourne are finding ourselves in the middle of lockdown. The tip or landfills are not open to residential customers or unregistered trucks. Therefore, during lockdown, there is absolutely no possibility even to take your trailer to the tip. But as a skip bin hire company, of course, we always have access to the tip, being an essential service even during lockdown. Right. So what do? We have a massive price increase coming up from 1st of July. What can we do to deal with this change? Well, first of all, we all need to stay calm, because the change is happening. It's been imposed by government and local agency. There is absolutely no reason for us to get stressed about it. We just need to stay calm. Second of all, when we produce, or when you as a builder, as a landscaper, as a tradie, or any other service, when you provide quotes to your customers, in the same way as you incorporate increases in your building materials and construction costs, in the same way you will need to incorporate the increases to the waste disposal cost. So every quote, everything that you do will need to take the increase in waste disposal into consideration. Step number 3. Once your project has commenced, see whenever possible and wherever possible to separate your waste into recyclables and non-recyclables. So if you will see that your project will produce a certain amount of concrete or bricks or untreated timber, perhaps order a skip bin for those materials, and then whatever is remaining can go into general bin, because some sites can only fit one bin at a time, or you can only have so many recyclables in your project. But we will work with you to make sure that you can save money by trying to separate your recyclables. Next, if you are an existing customer of ours, customer of Need a Skip Now, then we will be in communication with you and give you exact pricing of bins for each waste type once we have all the information, because information is still flowing to us from various sources, from various landfills. Once we know exactly what costs are involved, we will be straight away in communication with our customers to make everything very clear so that you know what your cost is with us and you can quote with confidence to your customer. And finally, uh, while we're still in June, today is 4th of June, we still have time to dispose of rubbish under current pricing. So if you're already working on a project where you have already rubbish and you've been um, waiting for something or busy with other stuff, well, you need to understand that right now, even if it seems expensive, right now is the cheapest time to get rid of rubbish because it will never be that cheap coming 1st of July. So that's the next tip is to remove all the rubbish that you can now in June prior to 30th of June. As always, we thank you for listening to this podcast and we hope that it provided some clarity as to what we can expect in regards to prices increase from 1st of July. Um, we invite you to give us a call on 1300 605 624 if you need to discuss your individual project, your individual waste, and how you can dispose of your waste according to your budget and to your time. And we'll be more than happy to provide obligation free discussion with you. Um, Also, if you learned something new here and you found it valuable, we would appreciate if you like our podcast. When you like our podcast, it tells Apple that it's a valuable podcast and it helps other people discover this podcast and have access to it. Now, at the beginning of this, we promised a special bonus for those who will listen until the end. And now we're about to reveal our special bonus. Now, thank you to all of those who have listened till the end. And we would like to give you a gift, a coupon code, which you can redeem towards any skip bin ordered from us until 30th of June. To take advantage of this offer, you need to jump online to our website, www.needaskipnow.com.au, and choose any bin that you need to order. And on the checkout, there will be a place where you can put promo code. So the promo code for you to save $40 on any skip bin that you order by 30th of June 2021. The code is EOFY40. It stands for end of financial year 40. So once again, EOFY and the number 40. EOFY40, and you can save $40 on any skip bins that you order in Melbourne by 30th of June 2021. That's our special gift to you. So not only you disposing of waste at current prices before 1st of July, you're also getting a coupon code. Once again, we thank you very much for listening to Talking Trash podcast. You were with Lucy from Need a Skip Now. Until next time.